Happy holidays, guys. Merry Christmas, or should I say Happy Christmas Eve. I tried to get a little bit of decorations in the mix today to keep it a little festive since it's Christmas Eve. So this video is long overdue. I was supposed to keep up on my Sundays. I was a little sick. You could probably still hear it. I'm a little under the weather. Haven't been feeling my greatest, but making the most of it. So yeah, I promised that we would do a video about reflecting and goal setting. And I kind of put that in parentheses, preparation. So reflection, goal setting, preparation for the new year. I feel like these two things, they will carry you a lot further in the moment, in the future, day to day, week to week, and just allowing you to have some guidance for yourself as time goes on. So essentially, after coaching for 13 years, it really just comes down to these two factors of kind of reflecting on where you're faulting, where you don't want to be, pivoting, adjusting, and goal setting / preparing for where you do want to be, and what you envision, where you see yourself. So the biggest thing I want to, and this kind of has context, I just did a 5-hour Zoom a couple weeks back with my mentorship. So those are the guys holding me accountable. Just like there's someone, if not yourself, that's always holding you accountable for whatever it is in life. And if you don't have someone that is holding you accountable for certain things, especially things that you're fucking up in, I suggest you get someone that will hold you accountable, whether it be finance, family, fitness, business, which I'll get into later. So get those coaches, get those mentorships, get those people, surround yourself around people that are going to hold you accountable. I always talk about this, but if someone is critical on you for leveling up, it's a high form of love. So when someone is like trying to get through to you or give you some tips and they're kind of critical and almost like harsh, sometimes that's a huge sign of love, that they're really trying to just help you and guide you, especially if they're older, if they've been through something that you're going through. So just keep an eye out for that stuff, especially if they are trying to level you up. So the biggest thing that we want to start on is, number one, calendar. So your calendar, whether it be family, finance, business, fitness, you have to have not only the next calendar year somewhat planned out. It doesn't have to be extremely detailed, but you should have like milestones or places you want to be, financially where you want to be. If you don't have that calendar, nothing will kind of make sense because there's no direction. So I highly suggest that you get out a calendar, just a blank calendar, and start inputting things in regards to those 4 things I keep mentioning: finance, family, fitness, and business. So that calendar, if you have made one in the previous year, it will allow you to reflect. So when I say reflect, month by month, you should be able to say, damn, last January, I killed it. Last February, killed it. March, average. And this is all in relation to your 4 categories that I keep mentioning: the finance, family, fitness, and business. So it allows you to reflect not just in a administrative way, but also reflect emotionally, spiritually, and like look at like, all right, what happened during those calendar years? What plan of action did I put in place for those things to either succeed or fail or just stay average? And you kind of look at them as red flags or green flags. So What worked well? What didn't work? Find your red and green flags and then zone in on that. So if you know you had a mediocre March, then look at why. Did something happen in your life? Did some unforeseen things happen? Were you just backing off mentally, physically? What was it? So really try and find out on your calendar where your red and green flags are. All right, so I'll try and keep this quick. And then reflecting, when I say like spiritually, emotionally, really take into account like what happened to you during that month. Was it something that you probably should have sought out some professional advice? Was it something that you sought out that you kind of avoided and should have honored? Or was it something that you kind of thrown under the rug? But anything that is troubling or harsh, those are probably the main things that you need to fucking bring to surface, because those are the things that are holding you back. And those are the things that you need to pivot, change, address. And then once you do that, you'll be an absolute indestructible killer. So take those red flags and really soak them up, bring them to surface, bring them to light, and learn how to adjust. So number 2, journaling. This seems funny, and it doesn't mean like it's a fucking diary, but you're journaling. Now, this is when I list those 4 things. Journaling everything finance, journaling everything family, journaling everything fitness, journaling everything business. I literally have those 4 journals, and I have subcategories under each one of those. If I didn't keep a journal, my mind would be absolutely fucking lost. There would just be no direction. It would just be failing everywhere. If you've seen the items on each one of those lists, you'd be like, dude, what the fuck? This is like, it looks like a mathematical equation. There's so much going on. And imagine just trying to juggle that in your head. You can, some people are crazy and they can juggle that, but you have to start putting these things on paper so it's categorized, and you can address them at certain times and points in your life. I journal all these things day to day because it has to be. But they're in compartments, so I address one, move on to the other, address one, move on to the other, address one, and then it becomes a creature of habit. So you get better and better as these things kind of go on. But without journaling, I would totally lose my shit. So for those that have been listening, following me, I wake up extremely early and I get all my thoughts onto paper. When I say on paper, it could be in a journal, it could be on a vision board, it can be, I suggest, on a laptop, making a page for each one, keeping a document for each one. So the first subcategory under journaling is finance. We have to remember that we have to become financially literate and financially self-sustaining. The government, no one out there is going to save you. You have to put in the work. You have to understand how finance works. And then you can subcategorize that. So your savings, your retirement, how you're going to make money. So all of these things need to be journaled out. They need to be envisioned. Where do you see it? Where do you want it to be? And then start a game plan. So that's subcategory number 1 under number 2 of journaling. Number 2 is family. So I'm going off kind of like what is in mine and what I recommend for you guys. It should be your marriage, your significant other. So one or the other. If you don't have one, that makes your life just a little bit easier and you can focus solely on yourself. Or if you're single and you're trying to get in the dating world, whatever, that could be one of those categories. I have a son, so children. Where do you see yourself, your relationship-wise? Where do you want them to be? Where do you want to be with them? Your parents, your extended family. During our Christmas holiday party, it came up yesterday that if you think about this, in terms of like how many times you're going to see your family. Some people only see their family in holidays, if that, birthdays, whatever. And let's just say you have like 20 years left. So that would be 20 times that you're able to see your family member. So what are you going to do differently? So it could be anything with family. I've suggested to quite a few females and males out there. There's certain podcasts that allows you to be like a better wife, a better husband, a better father, a better mother. So start really putting yourself in those zones, in those areas of where you need that help. Okay, so subcategory number 3, another good one is fitness. So your nutrition, where should it be? You already know where you're faulting, whether it's eating out, whether it's too many sweets, whether it's snacking, whether it's just absolutely no accountability for yourself. And, you know, you could loosely say that you're an intuitive eater, but if you're not where you're at, performance-wise, physical, image, emotional, spiritual, it's all correlated. I'm going to do a big another video on the importance of consultations, the importance of your health. Everybody thinks that it's like solely your image, but it's not. There's so much correlation when it comes to, all right, so you're saying you respect yourself, you feel great, you're accepting that your body is where it is, and your body fat is extremely high, and you still think that you're in a good place, and you're approaching your 40s, your 50s, and you're at risk for prediabetes, you haven't done your blood work, like all these other factors tend to come in. So I have a lot of overweight clients, a lot of overweight family members. If they are in those bad categories, but they have done a blood reading and they have a good physical condition, conversation over, then you're in a good place. But if you haven't done your blood reading, if you haven't done certain physical tests and you're saying that you're okay where you're at, some things need to be talked about. Okay, so that's fitness, nutrition, lifting, cardio. If you've done a consultation with me, you've understood that your nutrition, your lifting, and your cardio, those are the 3 categories for success. That's the 3 categories for losing weight, gaining weight, all in a proper way. So nutrition, lifting, and cardio. These should be categories within your fitness category. And then I put the last one as accountability. So get a coach, get someone that's going to help you in these areas where you need help. And then the 4th biggest one, this could be work related, just where you're at with your business or ventures. Business is a big one for me, being a business owner. So that is my 4th one. I have to journal. And it's crazy because each one of these ones, finance, family, fitness, business, you have to almost have a to-do list for each one, a to-do list that's immediate, a to-do list that's maybe longer due dates, end dates, and then an action plan. So that's how you, or what I would suggest for journaling. Okay. Number 3, vision board. I'm big on this. The mind works in a very strategic / visionary way where it has to be reminded about certain things. And that's why you got to be extremely careful with how you take in, consume information. I highly suggest getting rid of like certain social media platforms, or at least like dictating like how much time you could spend on this. They have those within the app that you could set up. So if you're scrolling too much, stop doing that. No matter what it be, you just might not need that much information. You might just need this. It's time to focus on yourself. Watching too much TV, watching too much sports. Yeah, I'm a male and I should be watching a lot of sports, but I don't. I don't have time for it. Maybe there's a time and place where that will come back, but it's just complete entertainment. And my mind needs focus on other areas of my life. It's plain and simple. So I just see these things as distractions. But going back to the vision board, your board is a constant reminder. I suggest putting this in your bedroom, your office, your bathroom, your kitchen. You might even need little ones to remind you of the things that you need to do when it comes to these goals that you have. So the first part of the vision board, it should be your goals. It should be a bucket list, where you want to be. So you could place these with images, if cars are your thing, houses are your thing, jewelry, whatever. It really just depends where you want to be, what is the things that you want to accomplish and where you want to be, and what are going to be those driving factors. The second part of this gratitude visionary board is gratitude. Did I just say that? Well, the second part of your vision board should be of gratitude, what's motivating, and what are your drivers. The first one was like where you want to be. Okay, so when it comes to gratitude, these are just like things that you absolutely wake up every day, and you feel grateful for. So whether it's just like breathing, being able to walk, the older you get, the more you appreciate these things. What are your drivers and motivators? For me, it's my son and my wife. That's it. My house, my kingdom. So find out what is your driving force, and again, you could place that with images, words, quotes, whatever it may be. But gratitude, practice that on the daily, and that vision board is going to help you do that. Number 4, scoreboard. Now, this kind of relates back to your calendar. You should know exactly, to the detail, to the number, to the statistic of why any one of those 4 things is failing in regards to what I said in journaling. So you should have a scoreboard for your finance. I'll try and keep this short, but like, how much are you putting away? How much are you putting in retirement? How much are you spending? What is your budget? You should have a scoreboard for your family. How many dates did you go on with your significant other? How much time was spent with family? What do you want it to be? You should have a scoreboard for your fitness. Going back to nutrition, your lifting, a scoreboard for your cardio, a scoreboard for your accountability. So if any one of these things is off, you already know that your scoreboard is telling you exactly what needs to change. If you know that you've been doing cardio 1 time a week and someone's holding you accountable to do 3, 4, 5, mind you should be doing 4 to 5 days of 20 to 25 minutes, just for heart health. So when we say cardio, you don't have to go on a sprint or a run or a marathon or anything. Just go out inside and get some steps and make sure your heart rate's elevated to like a 120. So there's just little scoreboards that you have to keep, to make sure that these things are in line. Now, the scoreboard was huge when I was speaking to my mentorship groups. These guys know exactly what and where your business should be doing when it comes down to every little detail. I'll probably have some more, because a lot of this won't be relevant for a lot of the viewers, but for the business owners that are watching, you should be knowing like leads, people that actually come in, sales, attrition, and then you're going to have to obviously set goals for the following months or the months to come or the year to come on where you want those things to be. So for the general population, like where your scoreboard's going to tell you, all right, I did this last year. What am I capable of doing next year? And looking back at your calendar, how can I pivot and adjust to make sure that that happens? So in a nutshell, reflecting, goal setting, it all has to do with everything that I'm talking about. One when I say goal setting, there's a lot of like preparation involved. So once you have all these things, you're better able to prepare. There's a lot of big things coming up in January for Uplifted. So really, really think about what's going to allow you to change your mindset, your physical abilities. And it's like, why not kill a couple birds with one stone just by getting a coach or entering into a gym that allows you? We got this challenge called 35 Fit. It just is in line with all these things. That's why we're putting these challenges in place, because we know what it takes to be accomplished, to be of success, and to surround yourself with other individuals on the same mission. So look out for that challenge 35 Fit. I'll end this with, if you really want to change your life, hook up with a coach, hook up with a mentor, hook up with someone that is going to allow you to put these things into fruition. So I'll end it on that. Happy holidays. I hope this video helped a little bit. Hopefully I'm not over 15 minutes, but love y'all. Peace.